Hello everyone, welcome to The Hindu. On July 20th, Israel carried out a massive airstrike on Hodeidah, the Red Sea port city in Yemen that's controlled by the Houthi militia, in response to a drone attack by the Houthis that had hit Tel Aviv. The attack reportedly caused losses worth millions, besides killing at least 3 and wounding over 80 others. On July 30th, Israel carried out an airstrike in Lebanon's capital Beirut, targeting Fuad Shukr aka al-Hajj Mohsen, a top commander of Hezbollah, 3 days after a rocket attack killed 12 young people at a football field in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Israel had blamed Hezbollah for the attack and vowed retaliation. On the same day, Ismail Haniyeh, the political chief of Hamas, was killed in his residence in Tehran. Haniye, who was living in exile in Qatar, traveled to Iran to attend the inauguration of Masoud Pezeshkian, the Islamic Republic's new president. In Majlis, Iran's parliament, Haniye was seen hugging Mr. Pezeshkian while lawmakers chanted death to Israel. Before dawn, Haniye was killed. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the elite paramilitary force of Iran, and Hamas have blamed Israel for the killing of Ismail Haniyeh. The common factor of all three groups, Yemen's Houthis, Lebanon's Hezbollah, and Palestine's Hamas, is that all of them are backed by Iran, Israel's main rival in West Asia. By targeting all three in a matter of days, Israel has dealt a blow to Iran's influence and taken West Asia to the brink of an all-out war. Of these three strikes, the killing of Ismail Haniyeh, the most high-profile leader of Hamas outside Gaza, would be particularly seen as a victory by the Israelis. After the October 7, 2023 attack by Hamas in Israel, in which at least 1,200 people were killed, the Israelis had vowed that they would target all Hamas leaders who they hold responsible for the carnage. Ismail Haniyeh was safe while he was in Qatar, an American ally that was trying to mediate a ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. But when he went to Iran, his biggest backer, the Israelis went after him. Haniye was arguably the most powerful leader of Hamas after Sheikh Ahmad Yassin and Abdulaziz al-Rantisi. The wheelchair-bound, half-blind Yassin, the spiritual and organizational founder of Hamas, was killed by an Israeli missile in March 2004. Rantisi, who was appointed his successor, was also killed by the Israelis within a month. Ismail Haniyeh, who was the head of the office of Sheikh Yassin, emerged to occupy the vacuum left by the departure of two of the movement's tallest leaders. He played a key role in mainstreaming Hamas, which was till then seen as a radical resistance militia among the Palestinians. When Israel was forced to withdraw from Gaza in 2005, Hamas took credit for it. In 2006, Haniyeh led the group to parliamentary elections victory in the West Bank and Gaza, ending the monopoly of Fatah, the party of Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. As the leader of the Hamas parliamentary party, Haniyeh was invited to form the government in the Palestinian Authority. But he faced two challenges. One, the Palestinian Authority's international backers, mainly Western countries, were not ready to accept a government run by Hamas, which was designated as a terrorist entity by Israel as well as some Western countries. Two, Mr. Abbas and his Fatah party themselves were not happy with the Hamas Prime Minister. The Palestinian Authority faced a major economic crisis as financial assistance from the West dried up. Tensions broke out between Fatah and Hamas. President Abbas then dissolved the elected Hamas government, which was welcomed by Israel and the West but rejected by Hamas and Haniye. This led to a civil war between the two Palestinian factions, with Fatah expelling Hamas from the West Bank and Hamas capturing Gaza and expelling the Fatah from the Gaza Strip. Haniye would lead the Hamas government in Gaza before stepping aside in 2017 and elevating Yahya Sinwar, who, according to the Israelis, was the mastermind of the October 7 attack. In 2017, Haniye relocated to Doha, while Sinwar and Mohammad Deif, the military chief of Hamas, ran Gaza from within the enclave. Ever since, Ismail Haniyeh had been the face of Hamas's regional and international presence, and by killing him in Iran's fortified capital, the Israelis have sharply escalated the crisis in West Asia. In April, when Israel bombed the Iranian embassy complex in Damascus, Tehran launched a massive missile and drone attack towards Israel. The United States, the United Kingdom, France, Jordan, and Israel collectively shot down most of Iran's over 300 projectiles on April 14th. Israel's response to Iran's attack was meek. Iran was sending a clear message to the Israelis through the attack. Israeli attacks on Iranian officers would not go unpunished. After that, Israel did not target Iranian officers or its missions, but Israel is slowly changing the rules again. By carrying out attacks on Iranian proxies, one after another, Israel is ramping up pressure on the Islamic Republic of Iran. And the killing of Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran would be seen as a breach of red line by the Iranians. The attack showed Israel's capabilities to strike even inside Iran's capital, which turned out to be a major embarrassment for the Iranian regime. If Iran retaliated against an Israeli attack on its embassy complex in April, can Tehran afford not to retaliate this time, after Israel carried out an attack killing an ally in Iran's capital? It looks highly unlikely. The fact that the IRGC blamed Israel for the attack itself is indicative that Iran would retaliate. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has also vowed revenge. What is to be seen is what the Iranians are going to do and what Israel would do in response. West Asia is dangerously close to an all-out war. Thank you very much. To read more stories like this, please check our video description.